any tips on how to reconnect with yourself? Okay, great topic. This has been on my heart for quite some time now. Connection. Connection is what we seek. That is what we as human beings seek, connection. It's been studied and it's being shown more and more, even in the scientific community, that connection is the number one factor, even in longevity of life. Connection. Okay? And so often we're looking for connection, but we're just finding pseudo connection. We're looking for connection and we're choosing connection that is the path of least resistance. Instant gratification connection. Right? We scroll through social media and we watch somebody else's lives and we watch people live their lives and we watch these posts and we watch it, and we're having these human connections through a screen. Right? We have followers, we have likes, we have these big friend groups online, but no real interaction, no real connection, and no real rejection, no real acceptance. They don't see us when we're at our lowest. We can just post the good times, when it's curated, when it's pretty. No real actual human connection going on there. It's a pseudo connection. But we crave it. And there's a reason why all the things that are craved so deeply by people have to do with connection. When you think about the adult film industry, that is the biggest industry out there because it's connection. And now we have it in our hands 24/7. The addiction is rampant. It is everywhere. Everybody has access to it, but it's pseudo connection. We're having intimacy with these people that we will never meet, that we're not in front of. This is not real, but we're seeking connection. And there's no rejection, once again, involved in it. And it's all reward. It's all reward with no rejection, but we're seeking connection. And if we think about everything in our day, from the food we eat to the interactions that we have with people, most of it is based in disconnection. It's all text message. It's all processed foods that we couldn't grow ourselves. We didn't have to work for it at all. We didn't have to cook it ourselves. It's just somebody else made it and just appears on our table and we don't know what's in it. And we eat it. There's no connection to anything. And I think that is a massive problem. One of the biggest problems in our relationships. We can't connect with other people because we can't even connect with ourselves. And I think that this is why all the best self-help practices are about connection. From having an ice bath to having a hot bath to going in the sauna to going to therapy to getting out in nature to getting into community with people to getting into an AA group. All of these things are about connection, whether it's to your body or to another human being. Right? These are all about connection, mind, spirit, emotion, physical. These are about connection. And so when we want to break down connection into these different pillars, and we can work on our connection that way. When is the last time you pushed your body until it sweat? Until you were out of breath? That's the moment that you're connecting to your body. When have you put yourself in a state of discomfort physically? Get into that cold shower and you have to feel the cold and push through it and you have to breathe through it and it's uncomfortable, and then you have that elation after. There's a reason why your brain releases dopamine and all these different types of amazing hormones after you experience connection. When you sit and you close your eyes and you meditate and you listen and you stop, because then you have to connect to your breath and then you have to connect to your thoughts. And that's a scary thing for a lot of people. Being alone with your thoughts. You can't even connect with yourself. You're afraid to connect with yourself. Right? So it's in all these little ways, whether it's through meditation or whether it's through the gym or whether it's through cold showers or whether it's through the sauna or whether it's going to therapy or whether it's getting involved in community, whatever you choose to do to connect, the fact is you need to connect. It doesn't matter how you choose to do it. You just need to start doing it. And you need to have more connection in your life than disconnection. Because if you are having more disconnection than connection, you're going to remain disconnected, obviously. Whatever you feed will grow. And if you feed the good wolf more than the bad wolf, well, the good wolf wins. The problem in mental health for too many people is the fact that you are feeding disconnection more than you are feeding connection. And it grows and it grows and it grows until it consumes you, and it gets harder and harder and harder to get out of disconnection. It's harder to get out of isolation. It's harder to get up off your couch. It's hard to put down the Netflix. It's harder and harder. The further down you go, the harder it is to climb back out. Same thing with your physical body. The further you let it go, once you get to 500 pounds, it's a lot harder to come back. And then there's a lot of consequences and excess skin and all these other things that are still going to be left, all these marks still left on your body and on your mind and on your heart when you've let it go too far. But it doesn't mean you can't come back. It doesn't mean that you can't reconnect. But you have to start somewhere.